Welcome to the Narrowboat that James built. Hope you guys are very well. Well, I've got 5 hours until lunchtime, and I need the stove lit, obviously about an hour before that. And there's a few jobs to do. I need to put the rope in the fire rope in the collar on the roof. I need to put the flue cement in the spigot on the top of the stove. And those are the only two kind of pending jobs in terms of the stove. The other thing I need to do is get some fuel. So I'm out in the woods by the cut and got myself a few bits, and I'm sure back at the yard there'll be a bit of kindling I can hack up. So yeah, I'll crack on with this and then I'll get down to the yard. So these are the bits I need to put in the rope. Now the idea is this doesn't want to be too kind of tightly packed in, but it's got to go all the way around it, and in some parts it's kind of doubled up a bit. And it's not exactly a perfect even fit around here. So this is going to take a bit of manipulation to get in. The next step is to put in the flue cement, which goes all the way around inside this spigot. And they say to dampen the area that you're about to cement. So I'll just run that cloth around it. Now go in with the Vitkus flue cement. I've got it on the smallest nozzle because the idea is I want to get right to the bottom first, because you've got to pack this in. Good, and that's left a little trough in there for the plumber's flue to go in. the last job on the roof to do. Now I've got to get some kindling and light the fire. Right, kindling, check. Right, so the time has come to light the fire. Now this is the first time this fire has been lit, so obviously it needs to be, the first few fires need to be fairly small. A couple of things just to look at on the front of this. So on the outside, shall I say, there's a little twiddling knob here. What that does is it shudders the plates inside, so it kind of loosens it up a bit. So in the morning you'd give that a bit of a wobble. That'd jiggle it about, get rid of the old ash and bring the coals back to life. So that's that one. And there are two vents here. There's one at the top here and there's one at the bottom here. And port is open and starboard is closed on both of them. So I'm going to have them both open now. And then inside the fire, the only thing to look at in there is the ashtray, which obviously collects the ash. Right, so now in a position to light it. I've got the ingredients I need. They are a natural fire lighter, so I think that's just kind of straw or hay, so chuck one of them in there, and some kindling, a few bits of that, a lighter obviously, so kind of build it in like a cone shape. There is a coal kind of stand you can get that some people have advised me to get, and I've definitely go into it. It looks really good. The other thing I need to get is a stove fan or a heat fan, which sits on the top here and it blows the heat down the boat. But in terms of lighting the first fire, I've got everything I need. The only last bit is a beer. Right. Thank you very much, my friend. Thanking you. people, I don't know if you can see this, but I've got all the windows and doors open because many people have commented that it makes a damn smell the first time you light the stove. It's all the paints and the oils and the varnish and stuff inside the stove. It's all been burnt off for the first time, but it's belting out a bit of heat now from the actual that is all nice and hot. Hopefully that is not the only thing that is nice and hot. So, oh yes, I've gone for the lamb. So Yorkshire potato, Yorkshire pudding, a couple of potatoes. I think we'll go for 4. We'll have all of that. Wow. The smells on this boat at the moment are amazing. The fire, the lamb. Well, I know it took a while to get that stove installed, but it was worth it. It's worth getting it done right. I'm glad, but this is a right treat. Cheers. Oh wow, that was amazing. Linda, thank you so much. That was really sweet of you to treat me to my Sunday lunch. Very kind indeed. That was delicious. Really very nice. Well, that's it. I'm going to let the fire die out now, let it cool down nice and naturally, and then light it again tonight. Well, this is what it's all about. Sitting on a narrowboat, having a cup of tea by the fire. Literally, that's what it's been the last 4 months, has been working up to this very moment. So I'm delighted. The stove has had 2 or 3 fires in it so far, cooling each one down afterwards. They're only out of kindling, so it's not getting particularly hot. There's been nothing else in there apart from kindling at the moment. And as the fire increases in temperature, the steel expands, and you can hear 1 or 2 knocks and creaks down here around the spigot, up there in the collar, and actually in the actual body of the stove itself. And that's quite natural. That's just the steel expanding after being heated. Talking about expansion, there's a bit of the cement has come up there, which is no big deal. I can trim that back. It's going to be put in with some plumber's flue, which is a special kind of silicon sealant which withstands extremely high temperatures. So I'll put a bit of that in there. I've also got to put some at the top above the rope in the collar. It's advisable to let the pipe expand first, let the rope set, and then put the sealant around it. So that's what I'll do. So I'll get to that tomorrow. But it's such a nice warm glow and heat from this fire. As I said, it's hot. It's barely going at the moment. I don't know what kind of kilowatts it's kind of putting out at the moment maybe half or one. It's a 4.5 kilowatt stove, but it's a real radiant heat coming from here. Going back to the flue, the reason why flues are effective is because they radiate heat, and this one really is. It's great. Yes, obviously there's a danger if you touch it. It is a bit hot. That I can tap. Okay, that's red hot. I can tap it, and it's not. My skin is still on my fingers as opposed to sitting on the back of that. But yeah, there's no getting away from it. It's hot, but it's effective. You're getting so much more radiance of heat from the flue. If you look, it's twice the height of the stove. So there's as much steel in the flue as there is in the stove. Put it like that. The important part, though, for me, is the fact that this is stone cold, absolutely stone cold. I find it just remarkable. At the top here, okay, right at the top by the collar, it is warm. It's barely warm. This is cold though. That is just absolutely incredible. The tiles, they got a bit of kind of warmth to them, but hardly at all. But yeah, that stainless steel backing there has worked an absolute treat. As I said, it is stone cold. So even when the fire is really full on belting out the heat, I think that is going to be a very good heat barrier for the walls. So yeah, that's excellent. Thank you very much to everyone for watching the long and drawn out saga of the stove install. It has taken its time, I know, but it wasn't. I mean, it's partly because if I'm honest, it's probably because I did the collar too early. I didn't need to have done that all that time ago, but it is what it is. It's here now, so that's the main thing. Thanks also to my dad for having performed some of the music on the video today. So obviously, he's in lockdown, so he's just at home twiddling his thumbs. So I've given some of the feedback that we've had. I thought I'd set him the task of writing a few or performing a few little bits and pieces. So gives him something to do, keeps him out of trouble. So that's nice. So I hope you enjoy that. But yeah, thanks for that, Dad. And yeah, once again, thank you, Linda, for treating me for my Sunday roast. It really was nice. It was a memorable day has been had on the boat here today. It's been really nice. This is exactly kind of what I wanted. So yeah, happy days. I'm going to kind of crash out tonight. Now I've got the fire lit and a brew. That's it. There's gone are the times of doing 4 hours work after dinner. I think it's crash out time. But I hope you all guys are all very well. Hope you've enjoyed your Sundays. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.